Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another predictions video, and in today's video I'm going to be predicting the Valle versus Santizo fight. If you are new around here though and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like video if you do indeed like video, and let's get straight into it. So, going into this fight, Valle is 28-2 with 9 KOs, and Santizo is 11-3 with 6 KOs. This fight is for the IBF and WBO World Minimum Weight titles. Valle's last fight was a win via unanimous decision versus Salazar, and Santizo's last fight was a loss via unanimous decision versus Fundora. Valle is 31 and Santizo is 38. Valle's losses have come versus Ruparech in 2018 and Fujioka in 2017. Santizo's losses have come against Fundora in 2023, Ortiz in 2022, and Estrada in 2021. Speak about more what I said. Of course, this is a world title fight. This is on the undercard of a fight which I'm about to talk about in a moment, but in my opinion this is the one which I wanted to speak about because this could definitely lead on to another or a huge fight for Valle afterwards, and hopefully it will be the case, but she has to get through this fight of course first. And Valle last time out, another convincing victory. Same with Santizo. Actually no, Santizo got the loss last time out, sorry about that, got that mixed up. Was one which it's against another top level opponent. She seems to have struggled in the past against top level opponents. She's never seemed to be able to do well against any of them. It wasn't a devastating defeat, not so as much as what the Estrada one was, but it was another one which is definitely gone to kind of demote her confidence and not do her any good really. And now she's getting older, of course, 38, and she's in my opinion quite lucky to get this shot, but of course she has, and it just means that she's going to be going in with no real pressure. But of course stuff like age not going in her way is never really a good thing, as well as the fact that she's coming off a loss. But also on this card is Zepeda versus Gesta, in which I think Zepeda will win via TKO in round 8. This is in my opinion a fight which I don't really know if necessary for Zepeda. I think he definitely should be fighting top level guys at this point in my opinion. He, of course, Gesta's coming off a win against, he's beat the likes of Diaz and Diaz Jr. Like, they're good, but they're not crazily impressive. Saying that Zepeda's 28-0, you should be expecting him to be fighting these top level guys, and Gesta's lost against any of the top level fighters, and I think this is going to be a comfortable night for Zepeda. It's going to be a TKO in round 8 in my opinion. I think he will end up getting the stoppage, and it'll be another fight which just makes him look good, but will it actually progress him anywhere? I don't know. Maybe just working with Golden Boy, I believe this is, it's not really going to be a good thing because they just seem to not be given the best opportunities to their fighters currently at the moment, bar Ortiz Jr., but even then he can't fight at the moment anyway, so it's not the best time to be a Golden Boy fighter or fan realistically in my opinion. But moving back on to the Valle Santizo fight. So Valle as a fighter, she's aggressive, she's got a high output, she's a quick starter, front foot type fighter, she's got a good jab, she closes the gap well, she changes levels well, she's light on her feet, she'll push you back, she can dig deep, and she will always give it her all in her fights. She's quite a impressive fighter in the fact of she is that high output, and it is similar to an extent of Estrada, maybe not quite as technical in my opinion, but it's always quite consistent. She's always going to be, you kind of know what to expect to an extent. She's going to be difficult for anybody to fight and really going to push it, and is tough, is determined, and is confident, and is going to always put up a good fight. It's always going to be an entertaining fight as well, and that aggressive high output fight is going to be difficult for most fighters to deal with when they're always getting forced to be on the back foot. You have to be against some really top level counter puncher to be able to combat that amount of pressure and that amount of high output punching. It's tough. Her negatives, it's probably in a high possibility that she's overlooking this fight. Of course there's that big fight with Estrada on the horizon, or even being talked about, and so there's probably is a high possibility she is overlooking this in my opinion. She might not say it, but definitely could be the case. She can be a bit wild at times. She does throw arm punches quite a lot, not fully committing to her shots with her whole body. She's just throwing from her arms. She can smother her work at times. She's a bit reckless at times. She'll stand straight on. She's sometimes struggles with accuracy a bit. She's got a good jab, she's quite consistent with that, but the hooks can sometimes be a bit, like I said, wild and reckless and not really always landing where they're supposed to. She's not used to being on the back foot either, so if anybody is going to push her on the back foot, that could be interesting to see how she reacts to that. She's got a bit of a weak guard as well, so she is quite open to counters when she does fail to land her shots. And well, like I said, weak guard, it means she can get pushed through, and she can, if you're against, like I said, a top level counter who can keep the distance against her, then there's definitely possibilities to just keep her at a jab, like I said. But it is difficult because, like I mentioned as well, she does close the range quite well. Sometimes I feel like she struggles a bit of a balance as well, because she does come in quite quick and quite recklessly at times. She can, in my opinion, struggle a bit with balance. I feel like there's definitely a possibility if she goes against a hard hitting puncher that there could be a knockdown scored there, just because of the, in my opinion, seemingly lack of balance to an extent. Santizo as a fighter, in my opinion, she's got no pressure. Of course, she's the older fighter, coming off a loss. Realistically, in my opinion, doesn't really deserve this world title shot, but she's got it nonetheless, and so that means it comes with, of course, there's pressure for every fight, but not anywhere near as much as what Valle has. It would be a big upset if she wins this, and that could go in her favour. That could mean that underdog mentality, which I'm sure she's quite used to, really. She's composed, she can fight on the back foot or the front foot. She picks her shots quite well. She has to build a flow in the fight, but she can do that. She's not afraid, she's willing to trade. She resets quite well when necessary. She'll take a step back and reset well. She's got a good guard, she's game, and she can weather the storm as well. Against Estrada, that was a very tough performance and a tough fight for her. It was one which, stylistic wise, they're contrasting styles, and you can tell that she didn't really enjoy that fight at all. And I mean, she got stopped. She managed to weather the storm a bit early on after the first knockdown and managed to get through that round, but after that, what she was doing, it just was open, very much open to getting hit. Like I said, she has to build a flow, and she can't do that, then she will struggle a bit. I think she loses morale a bit from that as well. And I mean, she's willing to trade, not always the best, and didn't go in her favour against Estrada at all. But I feel like when she's on the back foot, in my opinion, and when she's picking her shots, she's not overly accurate, but she can pick her shots quite well at times. She, in my opinion, that's where she's at her best, and if she can do that consistently against Valle, then she might find success. But like I said, it'll be difficult. She's got quite a good guard at times, keeps her hands quite high, but when she does start to stand and trade, that's when it does open up possibilities for her getting countered. Other negatives: she's lost to the top opponents, and in my opinion, lesser opponents as well. She does struggle to find a range a bit at times, like I mentioned as well, that links to her not being overly accurate either. She's struggles in close, in my opinion. She can get sloppy, she can get countered, she can be outworked as well and outpaced. I feel like she struggled against the work rate and the pace of what Estrada was bringing to her, and that is something which I feel like Valle is a similar type of fighter to an extent of what Estrada is. She's been hurt in the past as well. Of course, she's got her age now, so if she's past her peak, past her best, she might have been losing the capabilities of her chin a bit as well. And she, in my opinion, does lose morale, especially if she does get knocked down. She does lose it, and it's difficult. Every fighter, it's tough to be able to come back from a knockdown, and it does really wear you down. But like I said, I feel like it does wear her down a bit as well. Valle is the favourite for this fight, and I think that Valle will win via TKO in round 7. She's not had a stoppage in a little bit, but I feel like this fight, in my opinion, plays into her hands to be able to win. In my opinion, if she fights like Estrada did, she could definitely find success and definitely be able to get a victory in similar fashion. In my opinion, it might take a little bit later on in the rounds, just because of Valle, I don't think is quite as powerful with her shots because they are a bit more arm shots. But I think if she's going to be consistently pushing her on the back foot, pushing her back, if it's not a actual TKO stoppage, it might be a corner stoppage. In my opinion, I think that I can't really see Santizo winning this fight. It will be a huge upset if she does, but yeah, no, I don't see it happening. Where'd she go on to next? Estrada, hopefully. If that's not the case, it seems like it might be difficult to make that fight even happen with contracts and everything like that. Borman is another option in the minimum weight division. That would be a good fight. She holds a lot of the interim titles, or if she wants to move up, a huge fight would be Neri Plata as well. I feel like that's definitely a possibility. It's one for maybe for the taking, but Valle is not a massive fighter herself, so I think it could be quite difficult for her to move up in weight. So I don't know if that would be the case or not, but I feel like there's a couple fights that everybody wants the Estrada fight, and hopefully that is the one that happens next. But like I said, I wouldn't hate the Borman fight either, to be completely honest. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Like if you did, like this, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.